back to the channel. It's returning. The weekly. Just on my own again. Anyway, I digress. What we're going to do is we're obviously starting the weekly up, but to start this one, we're going out, we'll go outside, we're going to have a look around, we're going to see what's been happening in these last weeks or so since my last update, and just to get you all catch up as to what's happening, what's going on, and yeah, we'll just see how the week takes us. I've got plenty of things in line as to things that need doing, but we'll just see how things go. Would you look at that? What a beautiful day, huh? Can't see nothing, but anyway, as you can see, there are some new additions. This is something I took in part exchange against the Ford Focus. Essentially, this is the only way that that Ford Focus is going to make me any money, which is fantastic. Now, you'll probably think, why has somebody part exchanged that car against the Ford Focus? It has got issues, simple issues. The main issue is kicks out a bit of smoke from under the bonnet, and as you'll probably see when it's being parked up just there, got a little bit of an oil leak. Basically, just wants the cooler. Kind of makes it appear worse than what it is, but the previous owner just kind of got to the point where he was just like, I want someone a bit fresher. He's had this car since 6 months old, so he's had it 15 years. Full service history, and I mean full service history. It's also had a timing belt a couple of years ago. It's had things like the rocker cover done, thermostat hours, and all the usual bits and pieces. Really nice car, only 58,000 miles. I've actually already got somebody in on this. Just wanting to get some work done so they've already come and seen it, but they couldn't really test drive it because of the issues that it has. It wants a couple of tyres on it, so it wasn't really ideal for them. Took it around the block, but they want to come back and just give it a once over again, just have a proper drive of it and things like that. It's in good nick. Don't get us wrong, you've got a few little scratches that should buff out and things like that. Nothing major. Should tidy up. Worst of it is a little bit down here, which I mentioned to the potential buyer, and they were just like, "Yep, that's fine for me." But yeah, really nice car. Because of the issues, because I wasn't too sure as to what was going on, I had to knock them on the and give. I got it cheap. I got it cheap enough. I actually gave £500 for this in part exchange because, let's be fair, for one, it's an Astra. I have had some issues with Astras in the past. I am not overly keen on Astras, but how often are they like this? Not very. So I've had a look around. I think that is probably where it wants to be. You're not going to find another one realistically with full service issues, stack of paperwork like that, like a paving slab. It is. It's massive. You're just not going to find another one like it, in my opinion. So I think I haven't overpriced it. I haven't underpriced it. I think that is bang on where it needs to be, and the fact that someone's already interested in it kind of tells me that I've either priced it very well or priced it too cheap. Black Clio. I have no idea how and why this thing is still here. I'm not even getting people inquiring about it. I just do not know. I have dropped the price considerably. It was up for 3,795, which at the time was the recommended retail. It did drop, I think, by £100. But I decided to just drop it to 3,495. See if I can get some people coming opening the door. I've had a little bit of interest. I've had somebody come and have a look at it, but they just didn't go for it. Don't know why. Really nice car. Not all the wheels are in good nick, things like that. I mean, if you could criticise it, I've probably cheaped out a little bit. There was a tiny bit of damage to the bottom of the number plate, which, I'll be honest, I'll probably end up getting sorted, because I think what I'll end up doing with this is potentially re-cleaning it, giving it a bit of a doll up, probably put some fresh number plates on it, which I probably should have done to start with. But this owes me £3,100 now. So, it's getting a bit to the point of, I've got to stop spending money on it at some point and make a decision. I've had to put an alternator on it. There was 190 quid. So it's chipped away. And then I've got to worry about warranty issues. But overall, decent car if you want to be critical. Small dent there, which I'll be honest, I think it's the only one on it, so it's not really worth getting the dent man out. Around the back, good nick. Down this side, good nick. Needs a bit of a clean and a bit of a shine up again. But I'll be honest, I can't see why that it's sticking around for so long. 3.5 grand for a little petrol. Could the mileage 103 be putting people off? I don't know. I know in this area, people can be, the best way to put it would be being a bit of a mileage snob. They can be a bit like that. It's just the area, they kind of like this sort of stuff rather than this sort of stuff. 103. Auto Trader doesn't help you out by saying that it's apparently 50,000 miles over the average, which does seem a little bit excessive to me, especially seeing as though it's coming up to being 10-year-old. If it's done 10,000 miles a year, it's probably as bang on average as to where it should be to me. But I don't know. If it was, as Auto Trader stated, having the average miles on it, having 50,000 less on it, this would probably be 5.5 grand. In other news, you'll obviously see there's a space here. This is where the Kia Picanto lived. I sold that on Saturday. So that went out the door. It took a bit longer than I expected to sell. So I'm probably not going to be in much of a hurry to replace it with another one. But hey, it's gone. It's out the door. There's some money back in my pocket. That's the main thing. The little 207. It's out the front with the price board in the window. Hey. Now, my regular viewers will know this, but if you're not, I will inform you. This is the Peugeot 207, the only car that I have ever bought from driving it back to not make it back. But I made it pretty much 3/4 of the way and then started overheating, and then I had to leave it and then go back and get it when it cooled down. It basically burst the coolant hose, which has been done. So what has this had done? This had a lot of work done to it, and it still needs more doing to it. So it has had a head gasket, timing belt, large service, new thermostat, the burst coolant hose, a new coolant bottle, a new mirror, new wing mirror, which I've actually got one of these scrap in the back that I've been robbing parts off for this, like the wing mirror. Could have done with it a bit sooner because I have done other stuff to it. I have done a new door latch, new bonnet release handle. I've done loads of this. It's had a bit of a buff up. It probably needs finishing off and tidying up and things like that, but then it still needs some of its MOT advisory work doing. Probably going to get a fresh MOT on it. It needs a new drop link and ball joint on this side. Somebody's advised the brake discs, there's absolutely nothing wrong with them, but it does need a set of brake pads. So we'll probably do that. It needs the back brakes looking at. And then, they might pick up on something for its MOT. It does need a few little bits. Like there's a little bit here which I'm probably going to touch in. I'm not going to go to the extent of doing that. It's a bit chippy on the edge. Again, I'm probably not going to do that. I will either touch it in or just get one of the protectors to go on the edge of the door just to kind of brighten it up a bit and kind of tidy it up a little bit. I could probably just rob this handle and this cover off my scrap one, but I've had this door apart before to do the door latch, and this was a bit of a pain to get back together. so I'm a bit reluctant to do that. I am getting a bit of paintwork done on it, which you've got to kind of keep the cost low. It's getting this quarter into this bumper done, and then it's going to get blended a little bit. Really, I could get this sorted, but it just drives up the cost when I think it's like 90 quid a panel. You start doing your maths, it quite sharply adds up. He's looked after us a little bit. He's only charging us basically to do the 2 panels or such. I think it was like 150-ish quid. So he's kind of done it a good deal for me. There's a bit of a dent here, and it's obviously a bit damaged here, and a bit scuffed up, and a bit here. So he's kind of done it as a bit of a one job price, but it's a nice car. It drives lovely now. New set of number plates as well. Forgot I did them. Do need to give it a clean again because you can see where the old number plate used to sit. Yeah, nice car. Set of tailored mats in there for it as well. I've left a coffee cup in it. That's going to smell absolutely delightful when it comes out to it. But for 1695, you can't go wrong, can you? Is the wage going to be good out of this one? Probably not. That is me being completely truthful with you. Probably not. But there's still going to be a wage in it at the end of the day. I think, as quick maths, it's probably going to owe me around the £1,000 sort of mark. Maybe it's a touch more. So if there's 500 quid in it, there's 500 quid in it. This one will only come with a 1 month, 1,000 mile warranty. There's options I do offer to extend it to 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. I probably won't offer that for this one, unless the person who buys it really wants it. Then I'll obviously sell them it. And then the bell of the ball, really, look at that. That is a beautiful car. And you're probably thinking, Anthony, you're daft, it's an Astra, but that is a nice car. Looks the part, drives the part, it just is the part. So this is a 65 plate, 2015, Vauxhall Astra 1.6 diesel, 87,000 miles on the clock, full service history, just had a large service just before I got it, just had an MOT before I got it as well. I've done the MOT advisory, so it's had new discs and pads, and it's had a tyre on this side, I believe. It's also been to the paint shop just to get tidied up a little bit, which is probably why it looks like absolute Bobby Dazzler. So it had a little scuff on this corner, just a little one, wasn't major, and then it had a bit of lacquer peel down here by the fog light. So I just got the whole bumper painted, and then I had the rear bumper done as well. Basically because it was, again, a little scuff here, bit of lacquer peel here where people probably damaged the paint by taking stuff in and out of the boot. And I think there might have been a tiny scuff here, but I just got them to do the whole lot. And then it's had this door done as well because it had a bit of a ding here. I did try to see if I could get a dent man to do it, but because it's a bit of an awkward coloured paint, red. But get a dent man to come out and do some work. They don't like hard work. I don't think they like work in general. They'd come out to do the dent on that Clio, but because that's what they like. But someone like how this was, too much hard work for them. But in saying that, anything's hard work to them, if I'm being completely honest with you. Wheels recently refurbished as well, looks sharp as a button. 2 keys. It's all singing, all dancing. It reads the road signs. It's got lane departure. It's got collision assist. It's got freaking all sorts. Aircon, ice cold on it. It actually came from a nice area as well, Richmond. So it's not a poor area. So you can tell that it's just been looked after. That way, it's just maybe being a bit dinged up. But yeah, really nice car. Priced sensibly as well, 4695. Just a touch over what Auto Trader recommended. I think it recommended it to be at 4.6 sort of mark. Maybe it's 4, 5.5-ish. Can't remember off the top of my head, but again, just I thought you're going to struggle to find a better one than this, if I'm being completely honest with you. It is as sharp as a button. It's got the history. It's got the MOT, the good MOT on it. It's just had the work done. It doesn't want for anything. So it's just fresh to use. I've valeted it. It looks nice. It drives nice. It's got all the bells and whistles. And if I'll be honest with you, if I was a bit more well off in my life, I'd probably consider keeping it because I really, really do like it. And normally with red as well, it's normally an awful colour. Not too much of a fan on it. But this looks really nice with that colour. So I do still have the Alpha. I'm going to be having to make some movements on this thing because I need to get it done. Uh, I have started making a video on this, but literally as soon as I stopped filming, went to start it up, it wouldn't start, and then pushed it in, tried to start it again, started up. It's got an intermittent fault on its crank sensor, which I need to suss out, and then it doesn't need a great deal of work doing to it just to get it put right. I've had other stuff more important to do to get it put right, to prioritise getting put right, shall I say. The Uno, that is, yeah, there's no mad rush for that. It would be nice if I can get it on the road for next summer. But again, that's just depends on how things go, if I'm being completely honest with you. I could be busy and not get time to get it sorted. Uh, you know, it's just one of them. It's not going anywhere, so really I just need to find some time to get it sorted, get it welded up, and get the work done to it. So out the back, my scrap Peugeot. You don't need to know about that. That's my daily driver. That's not mine. This is still got this Honda Civic. I need to make a decision on this as to what I'm going to do with it. I'm a bit hesitant because I do believe it needs a head gasket, and really I probably should get it done. But I'm a bit like, uh, uh, uh. All this is across the back of it is just where it's been splattered with polish, so it's not damaged in any way. Nice car, really nice car. Drives lovely. Once the brakes looking at, once the head gasket doing. Uh, it's even still got the sticker in from the auction house. It's actually got really good history with it, and it's got logbook, uh, good on miles, everything like that. It's a 1.8 petrol. Apparently, it is very common for these to have head gasket issues. I've never come across a Honda in my life, and I've been in the motor trade now for 12 years. I've never known a head gasket go on a Honda Civic. If anybody else has any experience of this, please let me know. It doesn't look bad to do. It's just pouring money into it for pouring money into its sake. When I could cash out of it, I will lose a decent amount of money, or I could get it fixed, get it put right, and then all being well, there'll be no issues with it. And I'm maybe lucky if I make a little bit of money on it. Very lucky, shall I say? Uh, so I just don't know. I don't know. I'm caught between two minds as to what to do. Uh, but yeah, I do also have a little Fiat Panda as well, which is at the body shop, which is that away, which is on getting sorted as well. So took a bit longer to do that update than I expected. If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm going to have to be careful because this weekly video could be in 40 minutes long. I don't want that. So what we'll do now is we'll just wait to see what happens. I do have another car coming in as well, a little BMW 1 Series, bit mileagey, 124,000 on it, but it's got good margin in it, and it's actually worth a lot of money. Recommended retail is £4,000, which to me, it'll stand out there forever and a day, do. But we'll just see what that's like if it comes in this week. May do, may not. We'll just have to wait and see. But we'll just play by ear as usual as to what's going on and what we can get done.
So this is the little BMW I've been getting in, little 1 Series, bit mileagey, bit more than what I would like, if I'm being honest with you. It is currently on 124. It needs a good clean, really. That's all it really needs. I've had it in for a service. I've had it an MOT advisory done. I got it with full test. It's had new disc pads, it's had a new caliper in its handbrake run. Still got a couple of advisories on it, but nothing like major. It is an old car with 124 on it. It's a 2014. But we'll have a look in the back. I mean, yeah, it just needs a good clean. A really good clean. I did have all intentions of, if I'm being honest with you, just trading this one out. Spare wheels out. It doesn't even look like it's supposed to come with that spare wheel potentially, but I'll have a look and see if I can find this home. I was planning on trading this out, but if I'm being completely honest with you, profits lately have been taking a hit, and you know this one's got very good margin in it, so I just thought I'd take the chance. Obviously German cars do tend to hold their money very well for some unbeknown reason, but yeah. It's a 2014, by the way. It has got a private plate on. That will be staying with the car because it's only worth 165 quid. You have to pay 70 quid to get it taken off. You then have to pay, let's say, rounded up 20 quid to get another set of number plates. It just doesn't become worthwhile, and let's be fair, you're going to struggle to find somebody that's going to want a number plate that's N40CNF, aren't you, realistically? But I'll get this valeted up and we'll see how it looks. So, it's Thursday. At least I think it's Thursday. BM, it's coming up lovely. What a job has been getting this thing clean. It's absolutely butchered my back. So, as you can see, outside was absolutely minging. I did a big no-no on this. So, you have 3 stages of washing is what I like to do. Pre-wash, snow foam, shampoo, or you could do pre-wash, shampoo and a seal. Part of the pre-wash stage, obviously you spray on your pre-wash like a G101 or something like that, and you give it a clean off and then spray it down, and it should lift all the dirt off. This thing was that mucky. I did 1 coating of the pre-wash. It was still black rotten. So what I had to do, which is a big no-no, is go in and do a contact wash on pre-wash, which is usually a big no-no, but this thing was absolutely lifting. So I've managed to get it looking absolutely sparkling. Inside, it's been a bit of a graft. I've wet cleaned all the seats. They maybe it's not 100%, but they are like, I will say 95%. Back ones have come up mint front. They've got a bit of wear on them as well. And then I've also ordered a bumper protector, just a universal one, like what I've got on my own car. I'll show you it, just to go across there, because I don't know what's going on here. I don't know whether it's had some touch-ins that have not been very good or what. It kind of looks like touch-ins. But, you know, I actually looked to get a proper one for one of these 1 Series. £70. I was like, no, thank you. Not for me. Not for a bit of plastic that's just shaped like the top of the bumper. So that I've got a universal one, which I've got on my car. It looks quite smart on my car, and I think it'll look quite smart. This, it won't cover the whole lot, but it'll cover the majority of it. Takes your eye off it a little bit, tidies it up. I'm selling this car £700 cheaper than what Auto Trader recommends, because of things. The wheels are a little bit iffy. You know, I keep on toying with the idea of getting them done, but I'm like, Anthony, you're selling it cheap. You know, you can't sell it cheap and then make it perfect. So, yeah. I'll have that done. I've got the Astra up on the old clutch destroyers. I haven't used them in a good while because it's had the oil cooler on, which I've actually got down here. This is my little scrap pile. So it's had new coolant bottle, new oil cooler, and it's had a hose because it's a bit soft and squishy. It just wasn't going to last 5 minutes. So if we look in here, you'll see down there, nice shiny new oil cooler, nice firm coolant hose, and that's actually quite good for a Vauxhall because this has been getting ran up, and to have that little pressure in it is very good. It's also been and had its aircon regas because I do have somebody on this. They've done a second viewing. They came with somebody this time who's a bit more knowledgeable about cars, and he obviously mentioned about some smoke coming from under the bonnet, which I said, look, it's had an oil cooler on, it had a bit of a leak, it just needs cleaning off. I literally pulled up as they got here to do the viewing, so I was like, I haven't had a chance to clean it off, which is true, I haven't, because I kind of did the oil cooler, took it straight down for the tyres, and then we had a carry on with that as well, because nothing's straightforward in life. But yeah, new coolant bottle, new coolant hose, new cooler. I've just got it up on here, just giving it a good old degrease and a bit of a clean off. She's getting her friend to come by and double check that everything's all right with it tomorrow. They were wanting the aircon done, which I have had regassed. They were angling as a bit of a discount if it didn't gas up. So yeah, we've got that, and then it needs a machine polish as well, which is going to work wonders for my back. Absolute wonders. And I'm going to be destroyed by the time I go home tonight. But we'll get it done. I've already gave it a bit of a basic quick clean, so all being well, it should be quick and easy. Panda's back. This thing has been another one that's been a bit of graft, but bit of graft for a good bit of profit. Paid 1,500 quid for this car. It's had new interior, or new seats at least. They weren't an exact match. The original ones were kind of the other way around, whereas this was red and this was grey, but I much prefer this. They obviously came over scrap car, so they do still need a bit of a wet vac and things like that, but you know, this thing is going to be a little stunner once it's done. And you can see it has got a couple of scratches still left on it, which isn't ideal, but again, this one 3,995 is the recommended retail. Because of this, it's going to be 3,495. It's got fresh MOT with no advisories. All I've got left to do is get it valeted and service it. It's had the boot painted. It had a bit of a naughty little whiskey dent here, which has been sorted, and he's done the full boot lid, and I've had this quarter in this door because it was very similar to the other ones, but this, I think somebody's upset somebody in their life and it's been keyed, but it had them all over here and it looked awful, especially when I've touched it up and flattened it back and polished it. It wasn't going to come out right, so I just thought, you know what, we're not messing around, we'll get it painted. But unfortunately there was a good one at the top of this door as well, which unfortunately means that I've had to get the door done as well because it needed to be blended. And I mean, there you can kind of see I can live with them and brighten them up a bit and make it look good. But I mean, if you're selling it cheaper and it's got everything right apart from a few scratches, can you complain? I mean, I don't think you can. I know people probably will complain because that's the way the consumer market goes these days, but you know, that's a good little car, and you know, it's right, it's got new brakes on it, things like that. I looked out with this one because it actually came with all the parts it needed to get it prepped in the boot. So it had new disc pads, new arms. I had to buy a few little bits. I've got to tidy it up. I'm probably going to look into getting some new number plates for it with some new screws because they're a bit tatty. Just remembered I've also put an aircon condenser on this, so I need to take that down to get it regassed. More money. But yeah, 1,500 quid. £400 for the interior bits. In terms of the extra parts I had to buy, they were like 55 quid. The condenser, that was 100 quid. There's still going to be a good profit at the end of the day, and it's probably going to owe us around the 2.5 sort of mark. Maybe it's a touch less. There's going to be £1,000 in it, isn't there, really, if you get your asking price, which if you're selling it cheaper, I do not see why you wouldn't. So yeah, this is what I've ordered for the BM, one of these. Universal, but they look the part, and you can shape them so you can get the curvature of the boot lid and all that. And as you can see on mine, it looks quite tidy, so it should at least take your eye off that bit of bad paintwork on the back of the BMW. So we're going to wrap up the week. It is Thursday, but you know, all I'm going to do is do this the same way. Very busy at the minute, not with selling cars, getting them ready. But hey ho, it's just how it goes. There's a bit of interest there, but you know, it goes quiet every once in a while, doesn't it? You know, you can't have it, you know, going your way the whole time. I am aware of that. So, sorry, my back is killing. All I've got left to do to these cars is just get them finished up. It shouldn't take long at all. And then hopefully I'll have a nice little range of cars up for sale outside, and then I can work on getting some other bits done. I'm not in a mad rush to buy cars at the minute because I've had it in my mind that I've got stuff coming through, stuff that's kind of being held back a little bit, which is probably what's kind of affected sales. But there's still stuff out there, and hopefully by next week at some point there will be a good selection of cars out there that fit a lot of fit for a lot of people really. And I can start, I'm starting to kind of be like, I don't need to buy cars because I've got cars here that need sorting, rather than just, you know, going like that. I say I can't see them cars, I'm trying to get them unsorted. Potentially the Alpha could be the next one on the chopping block. I need to get it, it runs, but it just picks and chooses when it wants to. So I need to work on getting a crankshaft sensor for that, and then get it MOT'd and everything, and just see where I'm going. We're getting it dolled up a little bit. I've been thinking about getting the wheels done and other bits and pieces. So yeah, we'll just see how things go and what have you. I don't know. I've been toying with the idea of what to do because I've been in two minds as to whether to keep the Alpha or not. But now I've got the Uno, I just don't really have the time or the space. So I don't have the time and space for the two Unos I've got. So I definitely don't have time for the Alpha, which is a shame. But I can get it prepped, get it looking as right as I can. And if nobody buys it, then I'll just have to keep it. No, we can't do that. Silly thing to say. But depending on how far I go with that is depending on how much I charge for it. You know, it could go, if I get it all dolled up and look really nice and do things like a timing belt to it, I could maybe just go 1995. Maybe it'll look a bit of a day car, but it's low mileage. Find another one. So yeah, we'll just play it by ear. You know, we don't plan things out or do things to any sort of precision round here. It's just kind of wing it and hope that you don't spend a lot of money or hurt yourself. So that'll do for me. Anyway, I've waffled on long enough. The plan going forward is to try and keep these weeklies up. Obviously, if I'm busy, there might be a weekly that gets missed. I won't say which one it is, but you know, I'll put it out. If I put one out, yeah. If I didn't put one out, you know, I was too busy. Keep it as simple as that. And the plan is, I did release them on Friday. What I'll be planning on doing is getting them out on Saturday morning, so when you're having your morning cuppa and your brekkie, you can sit and listen to me waffle on about old cars. Good. But yeah, other than that, I think I've waffled on enough. It's been a bit long-winded, this one, just trying to keep you all up to date and get you all caught up as to what's happening. But as always, thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and I will catch you on the next one.